The US president is not ruling out possible military action over the political crisis in Venezuela. Donald Trump has recognized opposition leader Juan Guaido as the country's interim president. 16 people have reportedly been killed in protests against the country's chief, Nicolas Maduro.
President Trump made the announcement this afternoon, saying that Washington has recognized Juan Guaido as the interim president of Venezuela and called for new elections. As the situation escalates, the Trump administration isn't ruling out any course of action.
Are you considering a military option for Venezuela?
We're not considering anything, but all options are on the table.
Does that mean you're considering those?
Which is all options, always. All options are on the table.
Nicolas Maduro has rejected Trump's declaration and responded by announcing the expulsion of all U.S. diplomats from the country.
Complying with my role in the oath I took before our people to respect and make others respect the independence, sovereignty and peace of the Republic, I've decided to break diplomatic and political ties with the imperialist government of the United States.
The military has announced it's standing by Maduro and will not recognize Guaido as president. Of course, the key question here is who is the actual president? Maduro was inaugurated for a second term earlier this month after he won in what independent observers called a clean election. Guaido was elected to Congress but didn't even run in the presidential election. So beyond this decree from Washington, Guaido has no real mandate to be the leader of Venezuela. Both supporters of the government and the opposition have taken to the streets en masse. Trump administration officials are insisting that recognizing Guaido is the president's decision and his alone. But Senator Marco Rubio actually announced Guaido's recognition ahead of Trump. Rubio is demanding American diplomats stay in Venezuela and calling on the State Department to expel Maduro's diplomats from the U.S. and replace them with Guaido's. So far, we've seen Canada and Washington's regional allies in Colombia, Brazil, Ecuador, Peru, and Costa Rica all follow Trump's lead in recognizing Guaido. On the other hand, Mexico, Bolivia, and Cuba are sticking with Maduro.
Meantime, the European Union has thrown its support behind Venezuela's opposition-led National Assembly and called for fresh elections. The EU's foreign policy chief and the European Council president both gave statements.
The EU strongly calls for the start of an immediate political process leading to free and credible elections in conformity with the constitutional order. The EU fully supports the National Assembly as the democratically elected institution whose powers need to be restored and respected.
I hope that all of Europe will unite in support of democratic forces in Venezuela. Unlike Maduro, the Parliamentary Assembly, including Juan Guaido, have a democratic mandate from Venezuelan citizens.
Former U.S. diplomat Jim Jatras thinks that Trump's decision won't help to bring peace to Venezuela.
I think it's quite likely that Trump's decision will make Venezuela's problems much worse. Look, even if this goes very smoothly, that there's some kind of regime change or even a coup that replaces the Maduro government, that's not going to bring social peace. We've got a country in a crisis with people lined up on one side, including not only President Maduro and the court, but on the other side, the National Assembly. If the military splits or the police, we could have very serious violence in this country. That is not a good thing. It's in many ways reminiscent of the situation in Ukraine in 2014. In terms of the United States getting involved in this, how would we like it if other countries had recognized Hillary Clinton as the legitimate president in 2016 because she had more votes, or recognized Nancy Pelosi as the real leader of America because it's more democratic somehow?